Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. I'm back with Kristin, as you can see, and we're here to kind of promote the event we were just at last week in Florida, Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend. And Kristin, if you wanted to like talk about what it is, or
Yeah. Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend, it's a weekend that's bringing all the reality stars from Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge, Amazing Race, you name it, reality wise, they're there. And what's great about Over the Edge is that each of these reality stars get to raise money for a specific charity that they have near and dear to their hearts. Like Vanquish specifically, we did Make a Wish. I know Rachel Riley did Make a Wish for her state specific. I know Sean did Coates Foundation for his son. His son's going through that. I can't even think of all the other ones, but there's so many amazing charities that were happening over the weekend. So a lot of money was raised. I think Omar put out today that it was like $145,000 or something like that. So
wow,
fantastic.
yeah, that's amazing. It's amazing just to like see how much money we get to raise for these charities and um just like how everybody is involved with this and reality stars Vanquish and yeah, it's just amazing. So
Yeah. No, it was great because it's so funny now because we've joked that it kind of turns into a Vanquish family reunion.
yep.
But which is great because then we get like, like you and I are hanging out and we don't get to see each other instead of like these little boxes on Zoom.
Right.
But then now like we have this extended Vanquish family, which we're gonna get into, but like the reality stars are now Vanquish family too. So it's
Yeah.
really fun to kind of see all of it come together. But I know we're gonna start off with just kind of Vanquish family.
Yeah, well, it's just crazy as well. I mean, getting to meet up with all you guys. I mean, 2 years ago, I never would have thought that this would have been a thing. I had barely anybody to talk about Survivor with 2 years ago. So like
Now look at
everybody,
where we're at.
yeah, I'd be like the Survivor guy, and people would just be confused whenever I'd talk about it.
They're like, that
So
show's still on.
yeah, that's pretty much what I would get.
Like always the line you get when you talk about Survivor.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, you had a great moment. You got to actually have your Tribe of Nerds co-host like in the flesh. You guys got to hang
Yes.
out, do a lot of fun things. How was that?
Yeah, Kevin Pirate Sarah and I got to hang out. We stayed at Kevin's, kind of trying to save money for myself at the moment, but as much as I could, but still try to have fun. And so, yeah, we hung out at Kevin's. We went to Disney together, which was a lot of fun.
I
I
saw the
haven't,
videos.
yeah, I haven't been to Disney in, gosh, I at least 10 years. I've been to Magic Kingdom in 20 years, I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
'cause
wow.
I think the last time I went to Disney, went to Epcot and Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Um, so I kind of was hoping for Epcot because I also do love like eating around the world, and then they have the new Guardians of the Galaxy
Guardians.
ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I really wanted to do
Oh,
that.
you lost that battle the second Sarah knew that there was a pirate ride there. Like that's where you guys were going. You lost that
Yeah,
battle
yep,
before.
that's the only reason that she wanted to go to
Right,
Magic.
she picked the park with no alcohol. Like, how do you survive a day with Pirate Sarah? I mean, you don't drink, but all the rest
Yeah.
of us people, we need alcohol to survive her.
Yeah, no, it was still fun though. I because I haven't been to Magic Kingdom in forever, I didn't know what to expect, and I still had fun with everything that was there together. Sarah, Kevin, and I got to meet Neo Wayne. My ride or die from Big Brother Vanquish.
Yes. And Marcy too, she showed up, right? Marcy was there, another
Yep,
big brother.
Marcy, Brandon
And
H, the winner of
Chad.
Candyland, and Chad from season 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jose who
And
does the
Jose, our family
music.
visit.
Yeah,
He also
yeah.
did Big Brother Vanquish though too.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's all who showed up from
It's a good
Vanquish.
it's a good
Yeah,
group.
it was really fun. Oh, and Jess was there too from season 1 and
Oh,
season
that's just
12
her back
or
kids.
season 8. Yeah.
Yes. Well, both. One of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And Big Brother Vanquish. We
Yes.
have a lot of repeaters. We have a lot of
There's a
repeaters.
lot. There's a lot. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun, and then I think that after Disney that first night we went and had dinner. I can't remember the name of the place, but we had like it was a sandwich place. Um had a tuna sandwich, which I usually like tuna melts.
Yuck.
Wasn't great.
Jake, never pick tuna. That's like cat food. What are you doing?
I was well, I love it. I love it at home, but clearly don't get it from restaurants.
Oh, that'd be like
So
my least picked item. Never.
yeah. Yeah, so Sarah, Kevin, Ryan, and Ryan met us there, and then he met us back at Kevin's, and we just hung out, the four of us, and played Smash Bros. And Kevin and Sarah drank wine. So
If I pictured that at all, that sounds exactly how I would have pictured the four of you hanging out.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So Ryan and I went tit for tat on Smash Bros. Games,
Of
and
course.
Kevin and Sarah were trying to figure it out. So
Of course, of course. But then I mean, because then now we're like, that's kind of the prequel, right? And then we all get together for this massive weekend of fun. Friday, we
mhm.
were doing Vanquish games by the pool. We had
Yes,
Portia Briggs coming out. She played Big Brother Vanquish. She was out there showing her guns with her, doing the endurance challenges and flip cups and things. So we were able to like kind of bring some light of Vanquish into some people that were there. I know that Danny Butler had come by one point from The Amazing Race. So a lot of people that were kind of in and out, like, what is this? What's happening? What's Vanquish? And it was a lot of fun that we could be able to kind of introduce our world a little bit
mhm.
to people that may not know. So that was a lot of fun. Did you do any of the games?
I did too. I did the one with the dice and like knocking the planks. I
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
I won both of mine or all three of mine that I did against
Okay.
people. And then I did the soup cans against Adrian and then failed horribly because I have shaky hands. I'm literally like Malcolm. I will literally fail at anything that has to do with shaky hands. You know it from my Survivor Vanquish season that I get nervous and I psych myself out in that. So
For those that are wondering what this can thing is about, is it is to implement that challenge with Malcolm where they are adding pieces where the marble's dangling. Of course, we don't
yeah.
have a marble and we're not and it's cans, not sticks,
Mhm.
but um kind of some of those things you'll see on Vanquish is just like the things that we try to implement that are like Survivor. So
Yeah, yeah, it's a fun challenge. I just I'm not good at it. So,
well, and it's like we didn't anticipate, like, I mean, I did, but I didn't anticipate because it's kind of like a one and done. Like everybody's at home on their, little things, and once the challenge is over, it's over.
right.
That like as these cans keep falling, they're gonna get dented, and you can't really maneuver them in there.
Right.
I was like, whoopsie, I didn't think that went through.
Yeah, I mean if we had done it on the grass somewhere, then maybe they wouldn't have been dented so much, but I know from some of my live games I used to do, we used to do like the where you put like a as well it's a statue on the show, but you put like a water bottle on like a paddle and you try to knock the
Yeah,
other one off or you throw it up and try to
yeah,
yeah, so I did that and I remember people would we tried it on the grass. We tried it up both ways. And of course, like the one year we did it on a hard surface, like it when the water bottles hit the ground, they just exploded.
exploded.
And we
Yeah,
tried it on the grass and it would still we would still get holes in the water bottles too that
yeah.
way. So
I
I
mean,
don't
we're not
know.
CBS quality. We do the best we can.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, but that
um,
was the first. You came Friday night to the party too, right? After that, or
yeah,
no?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think because Kevin took me back to get changed for the party because I realized it was very, very cold. Did not expect that in
Not
Florida.
cold in Florida. That's fine.
Apparently in December, yes, even in Florida it gets cold.
It's funny because that's normally like our January, February weather. But yeah, no, it was cold. I did not prepare myself, even though I actually saw what the weather was gonna be. But I'm like,
Yeah,
all those people in there, it's gonna get hot. Like, because I've been several years, and even though it's cold, like once you get a ton of people in a room, it gets even though you're still outside, it gets hot, and it did not. It did not. It was still very cold.
yeah, it was bad. Went in the hot tub a little bit with Austin and Devin, and a
Yeah.
couple other people. And then uh was talking with Ryan and we met a couple of the reality stars. We then talked with Davey Rickenbacker from David versus Goliath, Survivor, and Davey's really nice. Really enjoyed talking to Davey. I mean, he
He's
is also
amazing.
a self-proclaimed nerd as well, so
Yeah.
that was I mean, he was wearing
I
a
mean, he wore
superhero cape.
yeah, exactly. Wore a cape all weekend. I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed meeing him. That might be my favorite interaction there, actually. So this year.
Yeah, he's fantastic. When Omar told me he was coming, I was like, oh my gosh, it's been because it'd been a few years since he's been back, and gosh, it was fun to see him again.
Yeah, I mean David versus Goliath is a great season. I always liked Davey on his season. I mean him
Yeah,
and Christian were like my two favorites that season.
We need to
Um,
have like I'm not a fan of Christian, but don't come for me, Survivor people. But no, we definitely need a Davey back for sure. I
yeah,
mean, the rest of you guys sure bring Christian back, but like definitely Davey. He's one to see come back.
yeah, I mean, what Nick Wilson's the only one who came back for Winners at War, obviously, and so I mean that's such a good season. I'll be shocked if for 50 they don't bring back David versus Goliath people because it was
I
such
would
a
hope so. I
good
would hope so.
season.
Yeah. I mean, it's
So
supposed to be Legends or whatever, right? Or do we? It's what's
we don't
rumored.
know. It's
It's a rumor.
whatever Jeff decides. They want joyful players. So.
Joyful. Like this is like sign me up not to watch 50. Like where's the villains at? I need to see blood. No, it's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a good season.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think Rome just blew up his chances of being like the villain on that season because of all the stuff he's been saying post game.
Oh gosh, I have not kept up with him, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whatsoever.
Yeah. All
Oh
right.
boy.
So yeah, I mean that was fun, and then had the party. And I think Friday night was where I met really all the Survivor players that I did that weekend. Because I think Saturday I didn't meet as many there.
Yeah,
But let's see, I met Jonathan Young from Survivor 42.
the man,
Literally, th
giant.
he's literally Thor.
He really is. It's. I remember the first time I met him, and I'm like, oh my, you're just like you're this beast of a man. Like, no wonder you're carrying people through the ocean. Like, it was.
Yeah.
I like just to meet him in person. Like, I'm literally. I mean, I'm short anyway, but like, he's like I'm like nothing compared to him. It's good like foot on me. It's crazy.
Yeah, super down to earth guy too. I mean, he's like a gentle giant, pretty
He
much.
is. He is.
So,
Yeah.
um,
And then of
enjoyed
course,
him.
his ride or die over there, Mr. Mike Turner.
Yes, yes. Fans versus
Vanquish
favorites.
alum and
Yeah,
winner.
yeah, yeah. I like Mike a lot. I got to interact with Mike a little bit, at least in the traders last traders mini.
Yeah.
Because was in one of the breakout rooms and he was trying to figure it out. So I was trying to
Mike
help him
has to
there.
be one of my favorite people. Like, I mean, that entire 42 cast, like, I remember meeting them one of these years, and it was like everything that you saw on the show, they were in person. And Mike Turner had, like, he's just one of my favorite people. I'll message him. I'm like, hey, Mike, can you come on and say hi to the people on Vegas? He's like, I'm at a party right now, but yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. And I'm like, wait, no, but you're at a party. Don't worry. No, I'll be there. I'll be there for Vanquish. I'm like, so anytime I'm like messaging Mike, he's like, I'm in. I'm like, do you want to do traders? Yep, I'm in. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's just and I love his wife Stacy. Love her. But yes, great couple, great person, and him and Jonathan, they're hilarious together.
Oh yeah, I needed to see more of their interactions because I was elsewhere in the party, so I wasn't seeing
Yeah.
too many of the interactions between them. But yeah, really enjoyable there. Let's see the other ones. I mean I met freaking Ozzy, so
I mean,
like
Ozzy, I had never met Ozzy. This is my first time meeting Ozzy. Very nice guy, very
yeah.
genuine. Kind of on the quieter side. I kind of didn't expect that from Ozzy, which surprised me, but very mellow, just like very down to earth person. And I mean, I wish I would have talked to him more, but yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, so I went up because I was hanging with Sarah and Austin, and we went up to the bar, and it's Ozzy sitting next to Johnny Fairplay, and
Right,
also because of the fact that Tribe of Nerds is hired by Reality After
right,
Show, Fairplay's our boss, and so like
right.
he gave me a fist bump because he recognized me, and
Yeah,
obviously, and so that was pretty cool. And then yeah, then I think. Sarah talked to him a little bit, and then I took my picture and talked to him a little bit later. But
yeah.
yeah, super just incredible. I mean, this is a four-time Survivor legend, the biggest challenge beast in Survivor history, at least like the
Hey now,
prototype.
hey now, Mike Holloway. All right.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Holloway tied the record. Ozzy's, well, I guess Colby technically, Colby, Tom Westner,
Started it, I think.
Terry,
Yeah.
like they started before Ozzy, but like Ozzy's like so well known. Like every season he comes and he wins a bunch of these
Yeah, he
challenges.
does. Yeah,
So
he's amazing. But like, okay, like again, we're plugging over the Edge Celebrity Weekend here because where else are you going to just randomly walk up to a bar if you're a reality fan and sit there and Fair Player and Ozzy are just having a drink together and they're like, "Hey, come on in!" Like fist bump. Like, where else are
yeah,
you going to find that except for over the Edge Celebrity Weekend?
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So Let's see. Brett LaBelle from Millennials versus Gen X.
Don't get me started on Brett. That's my Coors Light boy. Brett and I bonded back way when he was on Amazing Race. I was still living in Colorado. We went to a watch party that Corinne Kaplan was hosting,
Mhm.
and love that villain. Don't come for me either, but I love a good villain. And she had it at a winery, and Brett and I were like, "Where's the beer?" and he's like, specifically the Coors Light. And I was like, "Yes." Where? And so even we were talking at the meet and greet. I was like, we have to get hang out and have our Coors Light." And he's like, "Yes, I remember that." And we still never had it. I was a little bummed. I was
Oh,
like, "Dang."
yeah, yeah. No, I liked Brett. Austin and I talked to him a little bit. He asked where we were from, both from Michigan, and talked about, going to college together. And so, that was pretty cool. It just was like a normal conversation. Like I didn't really talk to the survivors really much at all about like their seasons or whatever, because I'm just like just cool to talk to them about like they're normal people.
And I mean, that's kind of the fun thing about this Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend is like you think that like as a fan, like I remember my first year that I ever went in 2020, it was very different because obviously COVID and things. But I found myself like just talking about real life. Like I didn't even bring up any of their season, like maybe once or twice here and there, like it was a joke or something, but it's really like a bonding, like you're kind of their friend, it's not so much this like convention where you're like, what was your favorite move? What would you have done different? Like you're really not doing that. It's really like, oh my gosh, let's grab a drink at the bar, or hey, let's go hang out by the pool, or it's a really cool event.
Yeah, absolutely. So then Xander from 41, I
Did not
yeah, I mean, he
look
cut his
so
hair off.
different.
Yeah. I was
He
like,
not even just the hair. I like his whole face. I'm like, who is? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Xander. Like it, and I, like fun thing about Xander, the whole fans versus favorites was started because Xander found out about Vanquish and was like, I think I would give that a shot one time. And so we're like, oh, okay, cool. We're gonna do a fans versus favorites. And then of course Xander was busy that first one.
oh,
Crazy to see that like literally Xander just putting the thought out there has grown the fans versus favorite side of Vanquish so much. So thank
yeah.
you if you ever see this.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed Xander on the show. 41 isn't one of my favorite seasons, just to be honest, but I thought Xander was really fun on it, and then I don't think I edit made it seem like he was winning that season, and then just to be like, no, he's a zero vote finalist. So
It's amazing that happened though, honestly.
yeah, but like, no, I mean he's cool. I liked him on the show. I liked him here, so it's pretty cool. And then the big one, because especially Tribe Nerds covering International Survivor, I met King George last year. I've talked about that was my favorite interaction last year, but talked to him and Nina Twine, and we had Nina on the Tribe of Nerds for
Yeah.
our Heroes versus Villains review, and
Mhm.
it's just very surreal. And like I got to see George and Nina argue about George screwing up by taking her out.
He did. How horrible of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Uh no, I mean we've talked about this too. Agree,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Um, but also like what an iconic. I mean, gosh, we've talked. That's a whole nother podcast. You guys already did one. I already came on and ranted and raved, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, but so it's funny because George and Nina are probably one of my favorite like people to hang out with at Celebrity Weekend
Hmm.
because Nina is just, I mean, she's Survivor royalty as a
Yes.
princess. She's making a name for herself. She's coming for that queen title. She's like, Mom, watch out. And for those of you who don't know, Queen Sandra is her mom.
Yes.
She's like, move over. The crown is retiring on your head and it's about to fall onto mine. So it's really fun but she's so down to earth. She's so nice. She'll talk to you about anything and everything. Kaysen, my son, absolutely adores Nina. Like, saw her and Sandra right off. He's like, I have to get pictures with my Survivor peeps. And then George is just fun. He is
Yeah.
so fun. Like, I would kill to be on a season of Survivor for him to like conspire against me to vote me out. Like right now, Vanquish, we have a like caption this photo, like best. And
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like I have no idea what we're talking about in that, but it's just his face, Brian's face. Like I'm like, what are we talking about? But it's so funny.
Yeah, yeah. I had a memorable interaction this year. I mean, he did again remember Tribe of Nerds. I mean, it helped
Yeah.
again. Matt's been talking to him about coming on like next year. And so he remembered that, and I think he did a birthday cameo for Neo and mentioned Matt had to mention the Tribe of Nerds in that. So
Yeah.
because Neo crosses over with us too. So yeah, no, it's really it's just really surreal, especially now covering International Survivor and how much that has made my career and my life so much better. So
Yeah. Well,
um
it's funny too because one of my interactions with George is because Vanquish hopes it's a secret for all of your followers. We're hoping to do an Australian versus the world for Vanquish, and so him and I were talking about it. He's like, contact this one, contact this. He's like giving me a list. I'm like, all right, okay, yep, keep going. So we're hoping. I mean, the Australian side is going to be the side that we have to get first because obviously it's
yeah.
it's catered. So, um, once we get that going, then we know that the ball's going to get rolling on that. So George was like, "Yeah, contact this one, contact this one." I won't say what he said with those people, but we'll just leave it there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just excited to see him play again next year as well with Australia versus the world. I
Yeah,
mean, I know he can't say anything about it,
I
but
know. I'm
yeah,
like
it's
chomping at the bit for that one.
I know. Well, there's rumors now that it's gonna get moved up to like end of January, where like or beginning of February, where the Brains versus Brawn 2 is supposed to air, and because
Yeah,
they know that people are gonna love it.
yeah, I can see for
So
sure.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm excited for that one. But yeah, I mean, it's he was our only international there this year. I know Sam he could not get out and Grayson couldn't get out of Australia. So
Oh.
like crazy. But yeah, no, it's fun to see even the internationals are coming to Celebrity Weekend too. It's really like there's no holds bar with the reality that are coming to this. So if you're a fan, you definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, because I wanted to meet both Sam and Grayson Waller as well, or Matt
Yeah.
Farrelly as he was known on the show. But
Yeah.
um,
Grayson's so fun too. Gosh, like when people meet him, like you just love him. You just love him.
well,
But
we when we rewatched his season, Champions versus Contenders 2, he is such a fun presence for the time he lasts on that season.
yeah.
Like challenge wise, and because he's playing up that wrestling persona on the show too, so he's
Yeah.
literally like calling out the other tribe or
He's such a
like,
character. Like just in
yeah,
life too. It's so fun. Love
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Um I mean, like even getting off of Survivor here, because I know like you and I could talk about all the Survivor people that were there for the weekend, but like we had other major royalty there. I mean, we already talked about Nina. She just won the anonymous. Spoiler alert. I know you're supposed to say that before you actually spoil it, but sorry about that. And then but then you have Rachel Riley and Portia Briggs, first place and runner up of BB13. You've got, you know what I mean? You got challenge people there, you've got circle people there, you've got amazing race. Like it's I mean, I don't know who you're kind of strictly Survivor, right, Jake? Like you're not into
yeah. So I've watched a few seasons of Big Brother and I've done research, so I know who Rachel Riley is. I'm just not like I'm not like a
you
Big
know her
Brother
from Vanquish,
fan.
that's what's happening.
Well, and I've seen what she's done from research
Yeah.
on videos and stuff. So like I know she's a big deal, but it's just like I'm not a Big Brother fan.
Yeah. I
So
mean, it's funny because somebody I think it was Nathan, another Vanquish person, and he has a whole name for himself now after this weekend. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, it has to do with a raccoon. That's all I'm gonna say.
I heard
Um but it's so funny because I think he has a picture, he took a picture with Jem from Survivor, and
46, yeah.
he actually told her like I don't know what show you're on, but I know you're from Vanquish. And she laughed about it. She's like, I was a traitor. I loved every minute of it. And so it was really fun. But it was he even like posted a picture tagging her, like, don't remember what show you're on, but I know you're from Vanquish. And I'm like, this is so surreal too to see this happening.
Yeah, yeah, that's really funny that some people are gonna know some of these people from Vanquish and not from their actual shows.
It's crazy. But yeah, the other great interactions that I had, and I don't know if you got to, but it was the moles, like Sean, of course, Michael, Cassie, and then Ryan met her for the first time. I had not met Michael. I'd briefly I don't think I spoke with him. I think Omar was speaking to him, but he was supposed to be on Traders, and
Mhm.
then Sean had to step in. Oh my gosh, I love these four people so much. And then of course Cassie was from Three, Fans versus Favorites 3.
Yeah.
She was phenomenal. Funny, we both didn't recognize each other when we sat down, like literally right across. And I was like, why do I know her? And I'm like, Sean, who is that? And he's like, Cassie. I was like, oh shoot. And like we looked at each other, I smiled, and she was like, she didn't, you could tell she didn't recognize me. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh my gosh. And like we had it was so fun to see her too.
Yeah.
But they were incredible. I loved every minute of them. Shot, of course, he's like, loved Vanquish. It was so fun. Like he was
Sean was
iconic
so
that
much
night.
fun on Traders. Like
Him and
the
Danny, I could watch that all night. I told them both. I was like, I hated that one of you were going in that
Yeah,
moment.
I
I
know.
loved you guys all night.
I said it in the mod chat when that happened. I'm like, why do we have to lose one of them?
I know. Can you imagine that interaction all night long? That would have been
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah, no, Michael was great, and like, I mean, Ryan and Michael both were like, now because of these two talking about it, we want in on Vanquish and stuff. So it's so much fun to see. But I mean, for the mole, I used to watch Mole way back with Anderson Cooper, and I love the mole. And
Mhm.
Traders is kind of filling the mole, but like we still have the mole on Netflix and stuff. But these four, they were probably one of my favorite four of the weekend of people that I hadn't met before. Obviously, I have my favorites that I know, like Janet, of course, and like people that I know, and of Sandra
Mhm.
and people. Leanne was another great one from Squid Games. Loved seeing her. Loved Jem and Maria. I mean, so we were just talking about this when we came on. We watched them several times in their little traders group. They're from all different shows, had never met before, and they're like, look what you guys did to us. We're in this traders group, and they were taking photos all weekend. It was really fun to see.
Yeah, yeah. It was really, really fun. I mean, I saw like Boston Rob and Ethan. I didn't get to talk to them. Stephanie LaGrossa was there. I
Love
mean,
her.
just to see some of these people that I have like idolized basically for
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't start watching Survivor when it came on because I was like 4 when it happened, but
Okay,
I've
Jake, way to make me feel old. Thank you.
but I have I started 11 years ago, and the surrealism is like I started when Boston Rob won. So
Yeah.
somehow Redemption Island got me into this. So I don't know how, but
Ow. We're gonna have to like get your brain picked out and figure out how that happened. But
I think it was
I think
Philip.
sorry, Redemption Island, but like legit, if that's where I would have started, I would have been like, this show is stupid.
I think it was Philip calling out Francesca or Francesca at the
But
first
that's
tribal council, and then I mean,
poor
I think
girl.
that just fascinated me immediately.
That poor girl. I cannot. Oh my gosh. I couldn't survive with Philip. Like literally, and now we're gonna go off on a tangent and we're gonna come right back, I promise. But
Yeah.
like when people give Brandon hands, like when they're like, oh my gosh, he's crazy. I'm telling you right now, I would have Brandon hands the crap out of that Philippine because I would have him and I no, I would have been like, I need to walk down the beach because I'm gonna drown this man in the ocean. And like a lot of people, I think that that's kind of a thing where I guess because I've been around a lot of manipulators in my life,
Hmm.
specifically like that type of manipulator. And I think to actually see it and how he's the one that's doing this, but he's turning into making Brandon the crazy one. And Brandon's just he's buying into that, and then everybody else is like, "Oh my gosh, Brandon is actually crazy." You know what I mean? To watch that
Yeah.
happen, I'm like, "Oh, poor Brandon, poor Brandon." But like, I think for you to like really respect and understand why Brandon's not the bad guy is to understand that type of manipulation and where some people it just doesn't work with. But
Well, that's fair. I mean, I will say Brandon has gotten manipulated twice on the
oh
show,
yeah,
and Coach
coach
ruined
too.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, Philip did it in a different way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I think Coach like that was obviously you could see it was a game manipulation versus I think Philip using like his real life and you know what I mean, just kind of really
Yeah.
torturing him a little bit. So
Well, I don't think Brandon should have been on the show, especially the second time,
I
but
mean, it is what it is. But
yeah.
I mean, we're not calling those shots. But anyway, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We got off
Anyway.
topic here. We got off topic. But yes. Um no, it's just I mean, honestly, again, going back to this celebrity weekend, they're all like you mentioned LaGrossa. We were laughing so hard because Omar has them sign some photos that we can help get distribute throughout the year for people that don't make these events and want autographs. And I handed her her packet of pictures, and she's like, "What is this? Why is this the picture?" And I was like, "LaGrossa, listen, I didn't even realize it was you at first. We had to ask Omar because it was like one of the worst angles pictures." And she's like, "Of course you guys would pick the." And she just laughed it off and she signed them. But it's like just sitting there, you're talking to LaGrossa of all people, you know what I mean? And she's bantering back and forth with you about a horrible picture. And it's just so fun, like to have those moments. So,
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, I definitely wish I did talk to a couple other ones. I did talk to Evie from 41 a little bit. I did meet Mama C, which is
yeah, babe.
funny. Yeah, I mean, Mama C also came on during my Vanquish season. and led to me almost screwing up my entire game.
Yeah, baby. It's so crazy to see, like, because Mama Cena, like everybody that knows me, and if anybody's new watching, they won't know this, but like I'm obsessed with season 30. Again, don't come for me. I'm obsessed with Mike Holloway. I just love that season. I love him as a winner. And when we first got to talk, he's like, I want to do a Zoom with you. And he
Yeah.
surprised me with Mama C. And it's so crazy to see how our relationship has even just like changed from that moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Mama C's Zoom. She's about to come on with Mike Holloway. Like me panicking as a fan to now it's like, hey Carolyn, how are you? You know, like hugging. It's just so crazy to see how far, and you know what I mean? Even you, like you're like, oh, remember me from Tribe of Nerd? You know, now it's like you're coming
Yeah.
back these years and they're like, oh my God, hey, how are you? I remember you from that, you know. It's
Yeah.
cool to see that relationship differ.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's everybody I met or took pictures with that first night. And then Saturday so I went to Universal with Shane during the day.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I mean I got to get a butter
Co-host of
beer.
Vanquish, for those that don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. Our very own Shane Byrne. Yes.
The better of the half, as I say, literally. Promise.
So yeah, we got to go to Universal, go to Harry Potter and Marvel. So we did a couple of
You went with Joshie
rides.
T, right? From
Yeah,
Nine?
from
Yeah.
nine, yeah, the runner-up of nine. Yep. And so the three of us, we did those couple of rides, got a butter beer, which is basically like a butterscotch, like Frappuccino, pretty
Oh, gross.
much.
People that love butterbeer, something's wrong with them. Again, don't come for me. Like, listen, this is gonna be like all the things that people are like, don't ever have this person back on your podcast. We hate
No, it's fine. I was just like really wanting that. So did that and then went right from there to the Malia for the party that night, the throwback. And yeah, we got to have a pizza party together. So and then take pictures with the Vanquish crew and again, so surreal for how much Vanquish has grown.
yeah.
And I still think it's surreal to even like be a part of like a winner's photo. Like
Yeah.
I never thought 2 years ago that I would even have a chance to win any form of Survivor. So
Yeah. It really is just kind of like breathtaking, if you will. Like I know I'm gonna talk, you know, kind of do a live with Vanquish and stuff and really go into depth of kind of where Vanquish has come, but we were having our own photo op. Like that's crazy. Like we had
yeah,
our own photo op with which was everyone. We had winners, we had the seasons, we had, you know, it was just kind of surreal to see that. And like even just to mention the pizza party, I mean, we had a good majority of people just in a hotel room. And then of course, lo and behold, Rachel Riley, Brendan,
yes,
like Portia, they all just walk in, here's some wine and some baklava. We're gonna go do a thing now. We just wanted to say hi. Like, how does that happen? Where are
that's
we?
insane. That was insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's just it's one of the I mean, even like did you get to hang out with Adam and Avery from most recent traders too, but they were on the
n
challenge? Like
no,
Avery was
I
on.
did not. No.
They are also another two. Oh my gosh. I never met them before. Fantastic. Had a blast with them. They're hilarious. So again, like I hope they come back. And like Dashed from Squid Games, another great one. Did you get to hang out with Dash at all?
I did not, but I did watch Squid Games as well.
Yeah,
So
Dash was
I
oh,
yeah.
well, Dash has a little special place for her because him and I started talking before, like, because he was talking about coming on Vanquish, and so him and I have kind of formed this bond. And then we saw each other, and we're like, ah, finally, you know, it's like, and again, never talked, never met before. It's just like you kind of build that bond too. So I love Dash, but
Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun. Got to yeah, just taking so many pictures and production photo as well in seasons. I mean, it was only Greg and I from six, so I
yeah,
mean it that's crazy in itself, two of the final three of our season.
yeah,
But wish our season had been better represented, but
maybe. I mean, hey, it's one of those things that too, like, I think a lot of people they know about it, or like, I mean, it's around Christmas time, things like that. The beauty about Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend, and especially I want people should know going forward to start planning for next year if you want to do this. It is they do payment plan options. So start at the very beginning of the year and start, you know, like you get some birthday money in the mail or something, you know, throw it on there, you know, and just kind of make those payments throughout the year. And so then you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm spending all of this money right around Christmas time.
right.
So I mean, trust me, I hear you. I'm right there with everyone. I can't afford it. Like it's a thing. So I completely understand, but it's well worth it. You get your hotel room, you get these VIP packages where you get to hang out with these stars 3 days out of the week, you know. Um, it's one of the, I mean, or you can do what Jake does. Like Jake, you only picked a couple parties that you came to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a bunch of different ways, but the VIP really is worth the money. You're there, like you walk down at breakfast and they're sitting at a table next to you. You know what I mean? So there's a lot that goes into it. So I really am going to try and push in the best way for people, best bang for their buck is the VIP with the room, and just make payment plans on it, because that's your where you're going to have all the fun. I
Yeah.
think I saw a video of them of who was it? Erica and Mike like throwing Cheez-Its to Quinn from Big Brother off of their balcony. Like, come on, you can't make this stuff up, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, and yeah, just taking pictures with everybody, had Tribe of Nerds photo, took pictures with like Melissa and Ryan Reed as well. And so like
Yeah.
that it's just amazing this community that you and Shane have built, and just being a part of it. And I don't think I've ever felt like this before. Like I was in a fraternity, but I feel like this is just like everything I've ever wanted in life. So thank you.
Oh, stop. But you know, it's kind of crazy too, because I always say that, like, I literally say this to everyone, is it's definitely not me. It's definitely Shane is fixing a lot of what I do wrong, but it's literally it's the community that's keeping Vanquish the way that it is. I know a lot of, like, I've received several messages since Over the Edge, like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This was so fun. It was fantastic meeting all these people I didn't never knew I needed in my life. And I'm like, again, this is not me. Like, you guys could have done this. Like, yes, I get, like, there's a spot here, but you know, it vanquishes. I say it, and everybody thinks it's cheesy. We are a family. Not everybody member of the family is going to get along, but we're
Yeah,
still part of that huge family. That no matter at the end of the day, there's going to be, you know, there's the two cousins that love each other but hate this one cousin over here, but this one cousin over here has another five cousins over. You know what I mean? It's just kind
right.
of the beauty of Vanquish family, and to see all of us come together. I mean, even we put out messages and messages. We reminded people 8:30 is our group photo. Like, don't be late. We were still like 10 minutes late and still didn't get everybody there. I think we
Yeah,
added, we had almost 70 something, 80 something people in attendance this year, which is crazy
insane.
because the first year we had six or eight people on the first
Yeah.
year, and now we're at like 80. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm excited to see where Vanquish goes from here. I mean, anything that you want to tease about 2025 for
Oh,
Vanquish?
because I am doing a live. Let's see, what do I want to give out? All right, I will give this out. 2025 is going to be jam-packed, first of all, jam-packed,
Mhm.
and so many new things are going to be out there, and it's going to be pretty much something for everyone. And we might be seeing a lot more reality stars than we have in the years past. So
Ooh,
that's your teaser. That's your teaser.
that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, no, I'm excited for next year for everything going on. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, and even just like I got to try out Big Brother, with Big Brother
Yeah.
Vanquish. So I mean, I even got to meet some of those people. I mean,
Yeah.
that Ryan and I played with, and so that's pretty surreal. Like I had fun playing that. Big Brother's not my game though. Like
Not mine either. It's
I
okay.
just I just like I wanted to play, and like then I'd have to like wait like a full like a longer amount of time than I would have had to wait for Survivor, and then it's just so much more time things can catch up to you. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
No, it vanquishes. It's a very special thing. It's a very fun thing, and to see again, like just to see not only just us regular Joe Schmoes, but now we have reality that we've seen on our TV. They're enjoying it just as much, and in that community that we're building to them, you know, that gap. So a lot of fun, and really excited about it. And everybody has to come to Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend next year, so it's gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, anything else you want to say before we head off of this very special uh
Random
announcement?
episode.
Yeah.
No, just again, Jake, like Tribe and Nerds, you guys are doing awesome. I love getting to listen to a lot. You guys are doing so many different things. I know
Yeah.
you have something in 2025. Um, but
Yes, we
that
do.
sounded okay. That sounded dirty, and I didn't mean it to sound dirty.
I would hope people would not jump to conclusions the wrong way. So,
Anyway, good God. No, Tribe Nerds is doing great things, and it's fun to see, now like Tribe Nerds came from Vanquish and the
Yeah.
friends we made there, and it's great in a whole nother level. Like now we're getting all these side things too. So thank you for, having us on and talking Vanquish and Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend. I mean, you can still donate to Vanquish, you can still donate to all the other reality stars throughout the rest of the year. We're holding tight onto our slot two there. Dang Mania Club coming for you guys next year, but no, it's the charities. I think that's probably the beauty, and that's where I'll leave it is that the charities are the real winners of anything that happened this weekend and through this year. Is that so much money was raised for these charities and things that people need, like Wish families, or like I said with Sean with his that there's that they said that that's the only thing that they're aware of that's even raising money for, raising awareness for that Coates, syndrome and things like that. And so it's just like you look at those things, or Trevor Project. Trevor Project was Geo's. Geo won our fans versus favorites, and the Trevor Project does so many good things. So the real winners are these charities, and that's the beauty of Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend is now there's so many charities that are going to benefit from it. So definitely
Absolutely.
come hang out with us, have fun.
Yeah, yeah. And before I sign off, subscribe to the Tribe of Nerds on YouTube. We could use the help. Survivors, listeners, viewers. Yeah, just please subscribe, like our videos, and like watch us because we're trying to get monetized in 2025.
There you go.
So, yeah, as Kristen said, a lot of Vanquish people. I mean, she's going to be on. We're going to be doing a series next year. I'll wait to tease that later. Kevin and Sarah, obviously, like big Survivor Vanquish legends. Then Austin, the winner of season 11, Matt from season 10, Michael from season 9, like that's our group, Cameron. So I mean, like, yeah, we got a lot of Vanquish legends working together that came off this incredible experience. So
And just remember, when you fire Sarah and Kevin, I'm right here.
yeah, yeah. All
I
right.
hope they listen to all this so they can hear that last bit.
Yes, yeah. Well, with that, we will see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.